Hey guys, Joe here doing a one take today because I just want to get it uploaded today without editing it. Doesn't really need to be edited. It's more of a, hey, isn't that kind of cool wall that's being built? Not the subject of what we're talking about, but hey, it's a video. Today is a pickups video. Now this stuff has been getting collected over the last month or so as I've been finding these deals, and it goes really weird when it comes to finding stuff because I can go 2 weeks without anybody answering me back, and then in one day half of what you're going to see here I picked up from like 2 or 3 different guys. Now let's start over here at the desk. This is my setup, by the way. That's the building desks, this is the testing desk, and that's a computer that needs to be built. But let's start at this end. A eBay seller that I follow had two brand new RX 580s that he was selling cheap, and I made him an offer. He took it, he shipped them to me. So I had two of these XFX GTR. These are the Best Buy edition, or exclusively at Best Buy. Factory overclock cards, 1410 out of the box, I think. Work really nice, and it's just a good card for testing a lot of systems. I got them both for $260 shipped, which if you take out, he wanted $25 for shipping them. I wound up getting them for $215, and I already sold one to a buddy of mine. He needed one because he was trying to sell a computer that had this 660 Ti in it, and it just wasn't going anywhere. So he gave me $100 plus a 660 Ti for one card and a Blu-ray player I had laying around. Now you may say, oh, Blu-ray player's worth 40-50 bucks, but it literally was something I got for free and it was laying around. So he gave me $100 plus a $45 graphics card. It's an okay card. So I basically have $90 into this one when you factor that in. That's the way I look at it. It's a good deal. It was a good deal because they were brand new as well. Also, as you can see, this giant box here, this is an Maximus 3 Formula ROG motherboard. This is designed for first generation i5s and i7s, and I picked it up off of Craigslist or Facebook, one of the two. But that's this board right here. And it's a Maximus 3 Formula. It had the original box, as you saw. It had the inserts with all its original stuff, including the original Supreme X-Fi card, which I'm going to use in another build. This system worked great. It had this i5 in it, and again, he had the box, Core i5 30 or i5 750. That's how old it was. And that RAM, which is a 16 gig kit of mixed brands, but it's all there and working. I think that was the right way I got it. I'm a little confused because I have a lot of pickups. This Noctua cooler is mine. However, he had the mount on there and left it on there, so that worked out well. I didn't have to use a stock cooler. Underneath this cooler is now an i7 870, which is just about the best first generation CPU you can put in there outside of, I don't know if they did Extremes on this generation. Let me know down below. Obviously the 660 Ti that I was talking about, this is a WindForce Gigabyte Edition. Triple fan, runs nice, does pretty good. Pretty respectable score for what it is. I'll be doing a video on the motherboard and the CPU, and then on some graphics cards coming up. Picked up a bunch of hard drives and SSDs pretty cheap because you never know when you need those. Over here is the picture I teased in the community forums, which you should totally join. This is a Dell XPS 630i, but it's gutted right now. And if I try to close it, there we go. It had this motherboard in it. This is the factory motherboard that the 630 came with. Supposedly supports SLI, but it doesn't really unless you're using a QX9650. This has a Q9550 in it. It's the exact same thing that was in the red one I had. You can look up there if you want to see that one. So that's not going in there. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be putting this motherboard in there. And then this ginormous box came for delivering that tube of thermal compound. So yeah, that's reusing materials. Coming over here, this is an ASRock Z77 Extreme 4 motherboard. As you can see, it's the one with the gold caps. It's got a 32 gig kit of RAM sitting on it, and it currently has a 3570K. When I got it, it had an i5 2400. It's another video that I have to make about what a $20 to $30 upgrade can do. But I got the motherboard and the i5 2400 for $30, and the RAM, I don't remember where I got this RAM. This RAM came off another board, but the RAM I have like 25 bucks into, a 32 gig kit. This graphics card is a GTX 690. and it goes with this GTX 690. I bought both of these off of a guy that does eBay. It turns out that he's actually an employee for a company I've bought from before. They run simulators, and they were using these for compute, and they didn't use them anymore, so I got these for a really good deal. They work great. I changed the thermal compound. Let me know if you want me to make a video on how to take apart one of these dual GPU cards. To do that, it's very simple and easy. People make it seem harder than it actually is. Next is an EVGA GTX 760. Got this one when I got... Nope, just this one. He had another card that I wasn't able to get, so I got this one for $50. This is an Asus Strix GTX 960 2 gig. I got this, the Dell computer, and a CX750 semi-modular power supply, which I forgot to show, and I got all of that for, I believe, $100. This is a EVGA GTX 970 and an MSI limited edition 970. This is the one with the green accents and the green MSI logo. Those were two separate pickups. Actually, I think the 32 gigs of RAM came with this one, and I basically have just under $100 into each of those. I paid $80 for the one, and then I paid $100 for that one with 32 gigs of RAM, so that comes out to like $45. That brings us to this, which is probably the best thing in the entire pickups. Although when you put stuff together right, you can build whatever you want. I don't want to go too into it because I'm actually working on editing a video for it, but this is my VR rig. This is a an Oculus Rift CV1. So it's first generation, but it was really cheap, something like 160 to 170 bucks. I got a MSI B350, I believe that is. Yeah, B350 PC Mate, and a AMD Ryzen 2600X. I traded for something. No, I paid cash for that. I paid 140 bucks for that. Fair deal, I thought, because it's a decent processor, and it's got 32 gigs of RAM out of my personal computer, because my personal computer is not being used as much while I'm using the VR rig, and I wanted a bunch of RAM in this one. So this has 32 gigs of RAM in it. Down below it is an EVGA GTX 980. Again, it was a local pickup. I have like 120 into that, and a couple more of the hard drives I've been picking up. So that's a pretty good pickup. Yeah, I'm making a video. I've already made the video of me building this. I just got to edit it together, so we're not going to go too much into that. And then I'm trying to think what else I have. I have a couple of things coming that haven't arrived yet. Hey, how's it going? How you doing? You doing good? All right, cool. But when those come in, I'll be making a video on those items, so it's not like you're going to miss anything. Otherwise, that's about it. If you thought that was pretty cool, you should let me know by giving me one of those bad boys. That's a thumb. You should do that with it. Subscribe, get notified, use my Amazon affiliate links, help me grow the channel. You guys would be super awesome, and we can do more stuff. You guys paid for that by being subscribed and watching the channel and stuff, so I really do appreciate it, because with the lockdown and the things we're all going through, it's helped me kill a lot of time, and turns out I like VR. So yeah, that's about it. I'm going to get out of here. You guys have a wonderful day. Stay safe, and as always, I'll talk to you later.